Hello folks, how's it going? So welcome to our review of Super Dragon Ball Heroes episode 39. Obviously I didn't review episode 38, the previous episode, mainly because I really wasn't feeling that episode. If I'm being all honest, like that episode, it was there, but not a whole lot happened other than the fact that Goku Black got dealt with. We also got Margin Omega Shenron, and that got resolved immediately. So it didn't really have any input. Other than that, there's not much else to really digest. This episode is a whole new ball game. Slowly reaching towards the end of Fu and his reign. Just wait. It looks like it's going to be wrapped up in the next episode. But ultimately, I like this episode for a number of various reasons. Number one, it closes certain topics, certain plot points that I have brought up in previous reviews that does get addressed and gets highlighted in this episode. So I appreciate that. So start off with, we have Fu in his child form because he merged with Dogi Dogi, and obviously that bird had to come into play. I'm also wondering what happened to the Toki Toki. Another thing that I pretty much predicted was the Time Patrol, that Trunks might do something to get involved. Little did I know it was going to be Chrono, the Supreme Kai of Time, actually given a huge assist by the end of this episode. So we'll talk about that. Start off with Goku staring down Fu, followed by Vegeta, a capsule called Goku and Vegeta. Then we find out the Time Patrol, Goku and Vegeta also are there, and we get the explanation as to how Fu, and more importantly, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito actually managed to escape or being sealed by Demigra is because of Dogi Dogi. And what's interesting is Fu was able to activate it while he was sealed. So that's interesting. So because that bird just immediately blew it away, which does make sense because we've seen similar feats with Toki Toki, where Toki Toki blocked an attack from Beerus, and I highlighted that at that time. That was a feat for a reason. And in this episode, we get the opposite with Dogi Dogi doing a similar feat, just putting a stop to like the sealing time and just like getting Fu and more importantly Time Patrol Goku and Vegeta out of there. So that's why they appear. So that gets explained. Grateful for that. Also, he grows a wing on his back, so he's even stronger now. He actually uses the attack he uses in Xenoverse 2, which I appreciate that because it is one of his attacks. When things could get even more unpredictable, in comes Super Saiyan 4 Limit Break Broly. And this was awesome because I mentioned this in the last review I made. Like, where was Broly at? Because he was the last we saw of him. He was in his legendary Super Saiyan form, flying off with that hooded Saiyan who we still don't know his name. We know he's out there. So they can, obviously another character they can bring back at some point because he wasn't in this episode either. So that's cool. They brought Broly back. And immediately, obviously he goes for Kakarot, because surprise, surprise. But then out of nowhere, in comes Hearts and Cumber. And the moment I saw this, I knew this was going to happen eventually. We all had to have figured this fight was going to happen. But Cumber in his Super Saiyan 3 form. And I thought after Cumber lost his mask, his mystique would go down. No, he still has some value left because he's the one that goes up and blocks Broly from attacking Goku and Vegeta. So that was cool. Broly powers up. They got to test his strength. It kind of reminded me of Jiren versus Cumber back in the second arc that we got. Although I think this one is a little bit better. These two are probably two of the most intense Saiyans we've ever come across. This was a fated battle that's bound to happen. Broly powers up, knees Cumber in the face, and he just eats that up and just smiles. And he's in Super Saiyan 3. So I assume either two things. Either one, he's going to get a power up, or Cumber's just going to get laid to waste because I don't see him, even though he's awesome, I don't see him standing up against Broly in Super Saiyan form Limit Break. Hearts powers up too. He powers up and he goes in. So we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But then we go over to the main event. Like I said, this was a very simplistic episode with a lot of exposition on plot points that was highlighted before but never really addressed until now. So again, I appreciate that. So we got Goku and Vegeta, both versions, Time Patrol and Capsule Corp, and then we get both two versions of Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Limit Break Gogeta for the first time ever. Not a surprise considering we saw Vegito in Super Saiyan 4 Limit Break the last time. So that's not really a surprise. That even that isn't enough to take down Few. They get their shots on Few, but Few just immediately turns that back around after he grows his second wing. And then just slashes Goku and Vegeta, both Gogetas, and defuses both of them. That didn't amount to nothing. So Few in this form is actually more broken. And if you notice, he also has the Dark King markings on his face. So I like that. So that wasn't his full power. In comes the Supreme Kai of Time. I expected the Time Patrol to play a role. I didn't expect the Supreme Kai of Time by herself to show up. Literally give Goku and Vegeta a power boost. Few decides to open up a portal and send the Capsule Corp and Time Patrol Vegeta into another dimension, so Goku can't fuse with the Gokus can't fuse with Vegeta's anymore. And now Supreme Kai of Time comes in, enhance Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Blue Goku, and Cronoa's like, yo, you need to power up and go all out here. So I'm like giving you a boost. And to me, this is like an exact replica of how the game is played, where you have the support and you have the main players at the front that has that ability to help out. That's what this reminded me of. And that's what Super Dragon Ball Heroes is, a team working together, and that's what we got here. But in this case, it's the Supreme Kai of Time that decides to assist Time Patrol Goku in Super Saiyan 4, goes Limit Break, and then Super Saiyan Blue. They power up, and that's how the episode ends. And I do like how they have the seal in the background, the Supreme Kai of Time seal. Even though she hasn't had that much of a role, she's really earned a keep here. So that's kind of broken that she can enhance the two Goku's power even more now. So that's going to be a problem for Few. Yeah, this was like foreshadowed in the opening with the two Gokus simultaneously in the opening, so we knew this moment was going to happen. I'm glad it's not coming down to like a fusion, because that's kind of like redundant at this point. Like, they did have fusion, but then now it's dissolved. So now we get this different scenario. Two Gokus working together, being assisted by the Supreme Kai of Time to wrap up what essentially is the last battle of this arc. We'll have to wait and see what follows, if anything follows after this. We don't know. There is the 11th anniversary, which ties me into my next point and my final point. So there was a trailer, I think it was called Ultra Guard Mission, the next title in the game, not in the actual promotional anime yet. It's coming up in the game. I haven't checked one of these in like a minute. The last time we got a trailer of a game, and again, I don't go out my way to see these trailers anymore, but I accidentally saw it on YouTube, and I thought I decided to cover it because ultimately, it's like a more or less a trailer of the two Gokus fighting each other, possibly in a rematch. But the interesting thing is the character that shows up by the end, which really resembles the Supreme Kai of Time. The outfit that she wears, if that's a girl, does resemble. She's wearing a different color palette, so that's intriguing. So I'm wondering if they're going to add that to the promotional anime, because again, that's what this anime is to promote the game, so it would make sense. Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Personally, if this is the end of Few, it couldn't come at a better time, because I think he's overstayed his welcome. Like, they've had it in way too long. They still have Toa and Mira in the background, and if Few is dealt with, that automatically puts them in the main villain role, if they're going to be villains from this point forth. So that could be pretty cool in its own right. And yeah, I've said this multiple times already. Like, keep them in the background and don't overshadow them with the amount of characters that you're bringing back. Like, you had so many players show up in this episode. So, yeah, Goku Black dealt with in the previous episode. I'm wondering how Goku managed to get to Few in the first place. Did they end up making that wish? We still don't know about that right now, because we know they were gathering the Dragon Balls. Hearts was very... We saw Hearts pick up one of the Dragon Balls, and I said there may be something to that. Whether or not he's acting like trying to make up a wish for himself by the end of this, that would be a nice little plot twist. Too much of a redemption arc for Cumber, so I don't know if that's really going to happen anymore. So that was pretty cool. I got to see Broly and Cumber. Finally, it's just a matter of time. We got to see it. And more importantly, the foreshadowing of the two Gokus teaming up, assisted by the Supreme Kai of Time. Again, like I mentioned about that game, the trailer for that game, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes game, which possibly is highlighted in the next arc, upcoming arc. We'll have to wait and see where that goes with that new character. So, all in all, that was a great episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Definitely preferred it to the previous episode. When you compare the two, it's night and day. So let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like the review if you did it, a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.